the camp, we put it right, we come back again.
Rumble on the rock. This is wild, this is crazy, it's going to be epic.
In the burning heart, just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and unquenchable thirst.
It's still a fight that Povetkin can knock Dillian White out in.
If it goes wrong, you know, it's going to be a long road back to the top.
Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
Yeah, we're nearly ready to go as well. We've had the rumble in the jungle. We know all about the thriller in Manila. But this Saturday, we'll bring you Rumble on the Rock. 7 months on from that shocking knockout, Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin are going to do it all again in Gibraltar. A win for White puts him back in the world title picture. Another defeat really isn't worth thinking about. Welcome along to our first countdown show of Fight Week. We'll be live in just a moment to speak live to Dillian White. Might look like he's living it up, but the pressure will be on this week. So how are his nerves holding up? What has he been doing differently? And why will it go his way this time? We'll put those questions to the man himself very shortly. And we'll also bring you a breakdown of what happened in their first meeting. We broke out all the latest technology for Barry Jones and Spencer Oliver.
It was too late and he paid the price.
Oh, that should be fun. We've also got Matthew Macklin live in the studio. Hello, welcome along. Good to see you. Now, you were one of the lucky few that was able to see that fight ringside last time out. It was pretty shocking. How much are you looking forward to this rematch, though?
I can't wait for it. I mean, it was pretty eerie, as you said. I mean, no crowd and two heavyweights went down very heavy, and it was... you know, it was totally against the run of play as well, so to speak. He was boxing so well, looked in control, had Povetkin down twice in the previous round, looked like he was on his way to getting perhaps a stoppage victory. Yeah. And then, you know, but that's heavyweight boxing, and Povetkin showed how dangerous he is, carries dynamite in both hands, and it was a fantastic left uppercut which got the job done. But, you know, thankfully now there is the immediate rematch, and I think it actually might even have been a blessing in disguise that it didn't happen when it was meant to. It's given Dillian a bit more time to maybe process everything, make a few adjustments within his team, and no, but really looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Did he just switch off, in your opinion?
I think so. I mean, if you're going to look back and analyse the performance, I don't think there was too much you could really pick holes in. I mean, maybe he let Povetkin get a little bit too close at times. I mean, it was you couldn't say it was a lucky punch because it was a shot that Povetkin throws, and he was setting it up in terms of putting a lot of left hooks to the body there, which brought his elbow across, which maybe gave him the opening for the left uppercut. But it was definitely against the run of play. I mean, Dillian was bossing the fight, he was in control, he was boxing so well on the outside, and of course he'd had him down twice as well in the previous round, so he looked like he was softening him up and was almost ready to try and maybe put the foot on the gas and take Povetkin out, and then he gets hit with that shot and it's all over, and he's, you know, that's heavyweight boxing, I suppose.
How hard is it, though, to get back in the ring with the fella that's knocked you out the last time you fought?
I think, look, there's two ways of looking at it. I think Dillian just got caught with a shot. It happens, and that's not that difficult to process. You know, I think he'll be annoyed at himself that he lapsed concentration, he switched off and got caught with that shot. That's the one thing. So that shouldn't be difficult to put behind him. But also, could he be a little bit gun shy? You know, he got knocked out cold by one punch. So, yes, he knew going in that Povetkin is a big puncher and he carries this power. But as fighters, we all like to think we've got this invincibility factor going on. But of course, now Dillian knows for a fact that Povetkin can take him out with one punch. He does carry that power. So, you know, that could potentially make him a little bit overly apprehensive, a little gun shy, as we say in the sport. But, you know, knowing Dillian, I don't think that'll be the case. I think it'll be the first one. I don't think it'll be the case. I think he'll be able to get his head around it and just think, you know what, I was boxing well, I switched off for a second, I got caught with a great shot. It's boxing, back to the drawing board. Yeah,
we'll hear from him shortly, and he's super relaxed, isn't he? I mean, I guess being on a yacht that's millions of pounds of money helps. I mean, what do you make of this? It's better than the caravan, isn't it?
Well, I did wonder what was the trick in going to Portugal, but I suppose now seeing the yacht, it makes sense. No, Yeah, I mean, it's a bit Conor McGregor, isn't it? But, you know, whatever works for you, I suppose. But no, Dillian's, I think, a consummate professional. I think he's very diligent in his preparation. And
He's super down to earth as well. So will this suit him, really, do you think?
I mean, I think he had a much more sort of humble setup up in Loughborough when he was training normally.
Yeah.
But, you know, look, the COVID restrictions has... We've all had to think outside the box a little bit with things, and he certainly thought outside the box there.
Apparently on a yacht somewhere.
No, not quite.
I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, but obviously he has changed a few things. We are going to speak to him very shortly indeed. He's just getting himself set up, I think, with his martini on his yacht. But, you know, he will have changed a lot of things going into this fight. For you, if you could pinpoint one thing, what would it be?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think, like I say, it was a good performance. This isn't like a bad performance that he's got to totally go back to the drawing board and change everything about it. He was boxing so well.
Yeah.
For me, I had him totally in control. He had the 2 knockdowns in the previous round. I thought he was going to go on and probably even stop Povetkin. He was very starting to, you know, he was taking over. He was very much in control of the fight. So, you know, I think... For me, it was more of a concentration lapse. Perhaps he was letting Povetkin get a little bit too close too often and allowed him to put a lot of left hooks to the body, which I think played a part in setting up that left uppercut. But I don't think he has to completely change anything. Maybe just tighten up a few things, really, defensively.
OK, well, let's hear from the man himself then, because, of course, this is Dillian White looking to take revenge on Saturday night. Good evening, because I can see the evening light there for you, Dillian. How are you feeling? I mean, are you on this super yacht right now? How's it going in your camp?
I'm good. I'm just a hotel. I don't know if it's a yacht or whatever. To me, a yacht, hotel, caravan, it's all the same, to be honest. I'm here to do business. I'm not here on holiday thinking about a yacht, this and the other. I was, you know, just waiting for the fight, really.
How relaxed are you feeling going into this one? Because I know you are always super relaxed ahead of a fight. Are you feeling that at the moment?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilled, you know. I'm just ready to go again. I was ready to go November last year. You know, I trained for this fight. This is the fourth time I trained to fight Povetkin now. You know, obviously two cancellation last minute, so... But I'm ready, I'm good, I'm motivated, I'm very calm, very relaxed. As Macklin was saying earlier, you know, it was a good performance, and it's not a performance that I got battered and I need to change a lot of things. So I feel good, I feel very good and very confident.
Dillian, very Conor McGregor, we do like it. But, you know, last time you boxed really well, you've obviously brought Harold Knight in. Whose idea was that?
You can't compare me to Conor McGregor, man. I just stay where they tell me to stay. I'm not a prima donna that says I want to stay in a yacht. You know me better than that. I'm not very. That's not my style. You know, whether I would stay in Holiday Inn if it was up to me. Just wherever they tell me to stay. Me and Conor McGregor are 2 different people, man. But yeah, so repeat your question, please.
Yeah, no, the yacht was the Conor McGregor was a joke. But with terms of the training, you brought Harold Knight in. Whose decision was that? Was that yours or Xavier's, or who thought of that?
It was all of us. It was all of us. Me and my team have a very good relationship, and there's no ego in my team. Anyone that comes to my team, the first rule is no ego. We all are here for one reason, and it's to get me to the best position I can and be in the best shape, physically and mentally I can be in. And obviously, Xavier's experience, but he hasn't had the experience with the big heavyweight fights like what Shadow has had. Also, he's been active while Shadow's been inactive. So both of them, we spoke about it and we looked around and we had some advice and we looked into it and we realised that Shadow was there with Lennox his whole career and stuff, and he's had a lot of experience with big fights, big heavyweight fights, and Lennox 2 defeat and coming back. So we figured he was a perfect person to bring in, you know?
Yeah. I mean, as you said, and I was saying beforehand, it was one of your best performances. This isn't like you've got to totally change things. You were boxing so well. So bearing that in mind, what are the few little adjustments that you're looking at this time?
Just minor adjustments, you know. Obviously, we can't give away the game plan, what we're going to do, but just minor adjustments. Like you said, the main thing I got to do is just concentrate, be more consistent. That's it, really. That's it, you know, just be more consistent. Obviously, last time I was sort of boxing at range, boxing close, then taking too many distance, stepping back too far and giving him too much space and giving him too much rest and stuff like that. But just be more consistent with everything. More consistent with jabbing, more consistent head movement, more consistent concentration, more consistent on the defensive and the offensive side. So just consistency, really, and concentration. That's it.
Yeah, look, Dillian, I was reading your quotes. I need to be more patient, more together, more switched on. Are we going to see a more cautious Dillian White this time around, you feel, in the ring?
No, I'm not someone that I'm not a very cautious person. I've always been a risk taker my whole career, and that's why I took the fight with Povetkin the first time, because I didn't need to fight him. I could have sat and I went to America like everyone else and I'd have keep busy fight and got paid a lot of money to fight a nobody, but I don't want to do that. I've always taken risks in my career, and that's why I'm in the position I'm in. You know, obviously, I'm one of those guys that want to fight everyone. When my career is finished, no one can't say to me, I avoided this person, I avoided that person. You know, my career is okay. I might have the perfect record, but I fought everyone that was me to fight at my time. I didn't avoid anyone. I've challenged everyone, every single heavyweight on the planet for a fight, and there's paper trail and evidence proving I was real and I'm ready to fight these guys. So I'm not a cautious kind of person. I'm a risk taker, and nothing would change. People to say, okay, you're coming for a knockout, you need to do this, you need to do that. No. Nothing could change. I'll just be more consistent in a lot of areas, you know.
Brilliant stuff. Really good to get your thoughts ahead of the fight on Saturday. Good luck, Dillian.
Thank you.
Okay. What's your reaction to that? Like I say, he's a very humble guy, Dillian, isn't he? And he is down to earth. And we joke about the yacht, and you can see that it isn't really his style, is it? No. He's not that sort of character. He certainly seems in the right frame of mind for this fight, though, doesn't he? Yeah,
I liked what I saw there and heard. He knows he doesn't. It wasn't a big thing. He's got to change everything around. He boxed well last time. He got caught with a shot. Like I say, your worry would be that maybe he's going to get overly apprehensive, get a little bit gun shy. But I don't get that feeling from him at all. I think he realised, you know what, I got caught, got my head around it. I'm going to do the same as I did last time. I've just got to tighten up a little bit defensively. And as he said, be more consistent. In other words, cannot afford to lose focus, to maintain focus. Even if you do have him down 3 times and he's wobbling or whatever, and it looks like he's on the verge, still got to be careful, because Povetkin does carry that one-punch power.
Yeah, as he well knows. All right, brilliant stuff for now. Up next, we're going to look at how the finer details of how that Povetkin set up that huge knockout, of course. Spencer Oliver and Barry Jones explain how it was far from a lucky shot.
I'm in.
I'm in.
We are all in to kick it out.
Partnering to end racism in sport.
I've been looking at how the Russian Olympic gold medalist set up that knockout punch in the first fight and what mistakes White made.
We was expecting Dillian just to sort of go in there, get the job done and come out, and then obviously he would have been in that position to fight the winner of Joshua Fury. That was what was on the line, and yeah, Povetkin proved that he's still got a lot left in the tank.
He's one of those fighters which he looks like he's plodding forward, but he closes the gap quite cute in many ways. So he slides his front feet in, and so he gets you close, surprisingly, I think. But I didn't see anything that was a warning sign for Dillian White. What Dillian does well is he blocks and counters with the same hand. And one of the knockdowns was that he blocked the right hand, hit him with the left hook or left uppercut and dropped him. He was happy to block and counter. But when you give him, let Povetkin get close, then he got a chance to hit you.
Dillian made the mistake of bending at the waist. You know, midway through the contest, he started bending at the waist and getting caught with shots. And I think Povetkin, you know, he worked it out.
We're talking milliseconds here, and you know, little things make a huge impact, but that's what happens in the heavyweight division more than any.
Probably one of the best shots he'll ever throw for his career.
If there was a crowd, that would have just silenced any room. It was eerie. He's out before he hits the floor. When you see that, anytime you see that, then it's a worry, of course, to see that. But it was fantastic. We know what we get with Povetkin. He walks in nice and slow, but he gets in close. And when he gets in close, he takes that right shoulder and he aims. There's sharp angles, isn't there, with the movement. So he's a slow plodder. But then when he sees the gap, he'll go boom. That right shoulder goes right over this left knee, and he grips down low. So he's here. So he's a shorter fighter, but he gets right underneath you. The left hook of the body is a natural shot. He does it so well. But when you think you're there, he whips that right hand over the top. How was Dillian coping with that?
Dillian in the first fight started the fight so well. He stayed tall with his hands tight, and he was working the jab.
Maybe I think the fact that Dillian was throwing the jab, I don't think there was enough behind it, so Povetkin was taking it, and trying to slip his head, trying to take it in, but always stealing your space with that front foot. So you think you're safe, you land him with a jab, but without that solid jab to push him back, he's always going to walk you down.
When Dillian was landing those shots, he looked like he was breaking him down round by round. He had success early with good range. He was landing the shots, started whipping in, and he was hurting Povetkin. He was hurting him.
Dillian was allowing him close because he was winning and he was having success, but just allowing Povetkin close. A big, strong guy like that who can use the uppercuts, the hooks, they're his bread and butter. But I don't think he was hurt as much as we thought he was.
Complacency played its part. Dillian thought he had the fight won. He saw that Dillian was coming square, bending at the waist. He was waiting for that opportunity. Dillian throws a lazy right hand, steps round with a right foot.
And that's where Povetkin dips over that front foot.
Povetkin steps in, slips down the left side,
sees the gap, and bang!
He'd made the mistake, but it was too late, and he paid the price.
On a stick there, yeah. We didn't spare any expense, did we? It's some location, though, isn't it, for this heavyweight clash? White and Povetkin will meet in Gibraltar for their rematch. But never mind the rumble on the rock. We've got Ransom on the rock. Ben Ransom is there for us all week inside the White camp. Ben, over to you on the rock.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, I'm holding a couple of guys to ransom with me right now. We've got Xavier Miller and we've got Harold Knight. This is Dillian White's team. Xavier, I've got to ask you first of all, because you joined up with Dillian White ahead of the first Povetkin fight. What's the approach been between the pair of you on the mental side this week?
I mean, listen, we're just being consistent. Just focus on working, staying sharp, and focusing on the game plan. And you know, this time we're looking to get the job done.
How important will it be as the week goes on to make sure you can keep Dillian calm and focused on what he's got to do in the ring on Saturday night?
I don't really need to do that. Dillian's been here so many times. He knows what it takes. That's why he works hard, and that's why he's a box office fighter. You know, he knows what he's doing.
Harold Knight, nicknamed the Shadow, has joined the team for this camp. Harold, obviously you helped Lennox Lewis avenge 2 losses. Right. What have you brought to this camp to help Dillian White do the same?
Well, once again, the experience that I was fortunate to have with Lennox through all the years and bring this here to the Dillian camp is to, have that patience. Not only the patience, but bring that small little things that needed to be worked on. Like Dillian said, he knew the mistake he made, but also he's corrected mistakes. So it's made my job easier, but we're definitely not going to make the same mistake. And it's the small little things that makes a big difference in the fight.
I thought it was really interesting what Dillian said about there being no egos in this camp. How's the dynamic working between you guys as co-trainers?
Oh, it's been excellent, man. Ever since I came and as you know, it's been like a 20-week camp, longer than usual, which is good because it gave me time to get to know these guys as well as get them get to know me. And I think that's a blessing right there because as we go into a very, very important fight, you want to not rush things, but be able to take your time and work on the mistakes that we made. So, these guys have really embraced me. We have a positive camp. It's been good atmosphere, a good vibe, because you need a good team around you to make it work. We're the soldiers. Dillian is the chief.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We've run out of time, but Harold, Xavier, thank you very much. We'll catch up with you plenty throughout the week. As you can hear from Gibraltar, the hard work's done. I was in camp earlier on today in the gym, very, very, very relaxed. They believe they've got everything right for Dillian White to avenge that defeat on Saturday night.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks ever so much, Ben. So let's bring Matthew back in. Look, Harold, Xavier saying positive, good vibes. It looks a really good, experienced team around him at the moment, doesn't it, Dillian?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the key thing there, what Dillian said, and they echoed it, there's no egos in this camp. And I think what the most important thing is that everyone is singing from the same hymn sheet and they seem to be, very much united. Everyone seems to be on the same page, and that's absolutely crucial. I think maybe the fact that it was a delayed and it has been a long camp, that could be a blessing because it gets, everyone gets to know each other. It takes time to build relationships and to get to know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and if someone's, having a good day or a bad day and different things. So I think it has worked out well for Dillian, and it's good to hear both guys talking there. And you can see that there's no ego or any superiority or inferiority, and that's important. I think it looks like a happy camp, and I think Dillian's in a good place.
Talk us through when the nerves kick in. in this sort of fight? You know, when is he going to start to feel it? Because he looked relaxed there, didn't he? And he's very focused. So when does he start to get nervous, do you think?
I mean, Dillian's an experienced guy now. He's been in lots of big fights. But, of course, this is, you know, he's coming back from a knockout defeat. So there's different little self-doubts and little fears that can creep in. But I think nerves are a good thing. They make you sharp. They make you, you know, everything reacts quicker when you're nervous. You're switched on. But I think he'll have, you know, you could have a blast of it at any given moment, you know, a little few minutes and you think about it and you focus and you get a little, the adrenaline goes and then you learn to switch off because you don't want to burn up too much nervous energy. So I think fight week, he'll be really getting the focus now. He'll be really zoning in. But he'll also be trying to relax a lot as well. Like I say, it's good to feel the nerves, it's good to switch on, but then you've got to be able to switch off as well and relax.
OK, just finally, we've only got a few seconds left. Where's it going to go to? What round's he going to do it in? Is he going to do it? What's your prediction?
I think Dillian will win and I think he'll stop him. I think it'll be late on. I think he'll box similar to last time, but I just think he'll be, as he said himself, more consistent. I don't think he'll switch off this time. I think he'll maintain the focus and I think he'll get the job done.
We hope so indeed. OK, brilliant. Thank you for having your company this afternoon. So live coverage all this evening. Don't know what time of day it is. So Saturday gets underway from 6 p.m. on Sky Sports Box Office. Sky customers should go to channel 491 or Box Office to book this event. Virgin Media, BT and TalkTalk customers, please contact your operator for more information on all the ways to watch. Go to skysports.com/box office.